Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Today we will be playing around with the hypercar Ferrari here on the Algarve circuit. Gonna try to find a setup that I like, that is safe for me. And if we can do that within an hour or 45 minutes, I'll go and do the dailies with it and see how that goes. So, okay, let's start off with Dave's Academies here. And let's try this one out. On this track, it's curvy, there's a lot of elevation, and I've been getting quite a lot of backspin. So, let's try to find a setup that works. For the people out there, I often get questions like, where do I get my setups? There is a Le Mans setup repository. They have, they don't have all the cars in all the tracks, but for every car there's like 2 or 3 setups on different tracks, and you can try to adapt those. And sometimes I have friends that send me their setups. Whoa, see what I mean? Okay, too much rear here, way too much rear. Let's try to bring it a little bit more forwards. And see, already tweaking a little bit. Could be the traction control, could be the brake bias. Then we go into spacers, packers, and all that good stuff. Sometimes the differentials. Trying to find a good compromise. But yeah, so I go through my list of what's available to me to use as templates and see which one is best, which one requires the least amount of modifications, and then tweak it. Already not locking up the rear there after 2 clicks of brake bias towards the front. The car's not turning as much mid-corner. It goes nicely into a corner. And halfway through the corner, it starts to understeer massively. So there's no tight turning with this one. see. Yeah, I'm going at very low speeds and there's no mechanical grip. But tires are still cold, so let's close these. Let's put it more towards the front. Maybe a little bit more braking would help. Power, okay, that, shorts, 45, 75, front preloads.
Justin Slim Friesen says, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Sir Justin. So that's maxed out, and this is, ooh, so let's bring it up another notch. Okay, let's try that. How are you today, my friend?
Justin Slim Friesen says, WTF. Is that voice lol doing well, you?
What, you don't like kitten voice? Really? I find it extremely relaxing. And funny. Ooh, slightly locking up there, but not too badly.
Justin Slim Friesen says, suit yourself.
I'm just trying something different. If it makes you laugh or puts a smile on somebody's face, good. If it throws you into a catatonic state, we'll change it. It's just that the Windows TTS was very loud. I was just looking for something a little bit softer. Okay, well, yeah, I'm not liking this setup at all. So, okay, plan B. Let's go with safe, or maybe balance. Let's try balance. Oh, there's even more rear wing. Okay, that could be good. A lot more braking to the front. Ooh, that's almost 50-50. Yeah. Kind of feel like it needs more, but is this causing me to oversteer? Let's put a little bit more traction control. So what are you up to today? Still practicing the, man, I keep forgetting, SFL? SFL? Saturday Fight League? Trying to remember the acronym. Something with front and rear arrows that you can modify.
Justin Slim Friesen says nope, Naka. On Road America.
Oh, you're gonna be doing the same race as Glenn's been doing? Man, I can't get a break on this corner.
Justin Slim Friesen says maybe.
Okay. It's because my tires are still too cold, or what do I need to do to that rear to keep it planted? I think it happens between braking and then coasting through the corner. So it could actually be a differential issue. Am I really coming in that fast? When you see everybody else drive, okay. Well, I didn't lose the rear there, but it does want to slip a bit. Oh, why doesn't this car want to turn? This is not a cool track to be on cold tires. There's some tracks I love on GTs, and I'm starting to despise them in hypercars. Oh man, why is it not turning? In first gear, the car does not want to turn. Maybe this is just not a good track for four-wheel drives. Because through the corners you have all that weight in the front, but the front is not engaging because you're going too slow, that you're just pushing it with the rear, and then the rear slides out because there's too much weight in the front. Trying to understand how this car works, and it makes no sense because I'm pretty sure. Whoa. Okay. I don't know how to work this though. So, coast. Let's have less power there. It's up to preload. I don't know if I should raise this or download it or add some preload to it. I'm going to try this. We'll see if it makes it worse or better. Oh, have you been watching YouTubes and coming across... Whoa! Okay, that is way worse. Wow, I'm feeling like all four tires are spinning under me. What was I saying? The thing about the Bricks and Figs Lego scandal currently going on. Ooh, that made it way worse. Need to bring it up? The story is going super viral. It's like the Leering Station, Leering Center from a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago. This thing is blowing up and it's crazy. I watched this guy called the civil rights lawyer. Where cops are always doing stuff they shouldn't be doing. But in this case, it's flagrant. Whoa, again. Wow. I can't drive this car on this track for nothing. Now I'm losing it at different areas. Okay, well, if you don't want to talk about that, we can talk about Lando Norris doing the Nordschleife, the McLaren, 2 days ago. total noob on the track. I actually think I could have beaten him. That's how slow and how bad he was going. And I also heard rumors that Max is thinking of not necessarily quitting F1, but put it on pause for a year or two while he goes and does other stuff, and then maybe come back to F1. A hard time downshifting there. Man, you'd think that these cars could apply some more downforce to this track. Feels like it's all mechanical grip because you're going downhill. Braking zones and stuff. I think the change of elevation is really throwing the car off. And I don't know if I want to do this 1 hour race here. Is it because the tires are getting warmer now that it's starting to get a little bit more grip? Still going wide. If I put more brake power, it'll lock up. Start braking earlier, it'll get crazy. You know what? I'm about to give up racing this car on this track, or hypers on this track. I can't figure it out. See, he was able to turn a lot sharper there. Is that what I need to do? Just brake, coast, upshift, and then accelerate as I'm coming out of a corner? Not giving it any throttle mid-corner? I mean, I'm still within 5 seconds, but... I feel like it's so... bad. I have to be careful up here. Whoa! And I'm losing this car everywhere. This is bad.
Justin Slim Friesen says, yeah, I seen the Lego stuff. The owners seem like buttholes, and I had no idea about Lando doing the Nords. I assume he was in a modified GT3 or 4. All drives need to drive those the first few times.
Okay. I'm gonna change this text-to-speech thing, because... I mean, it's not stressful, but it's almost hilarious.
Justin Slim Friesen says that God.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Justin Slim Friesen says most annoying voice ever.
Oh no, there's yeah, no. This was one of the least annoying ones. Uh, okay. We'll go with David.
Steve says. https://vdo.ninja.
There we go. Is that better? Put it back to the TTS, but it's not 0, it's David. Okay, well, I got 15 minutes to try to figure something else here. I'm not gonna make it. Yeah, that Lego thing is going nuts. And, you know, that's why people hate big companies, because they just take advantage of the system. Use the police force as their own private army. Okay, this. Let's bring it up to 9. Whoops. Let's put some brakes to the front. Let's do a warm-up lap. Yeah, Lando was doing the Nords and in traffic, everything else. Whoa! Man, there's something just bloody off about this. Yeah, he was in a lot of traffic going slowly. It's like I've only ever done it in the next MX-5 in a simulator. He never driven the Nords. Well, basically, all he was doing is following traffic, passing some of the slower guys. And like, I like Lando, but he was making up tons of excuses for why he was driving so slowly. Whereas I'm pretty sure the first time Max went on the track, almost killed 5 people, I'm pretty sure. kind of a thing. I'm pretty sure through certain sectors he just floored it, closing his eyes and hoping for the best. Can't really close your eyes on the Nords though. Man, that track is crazy. Ooh, Ferrari? Okay, let's try to follow him and see how it goes. And that's a lot of braking. Yeah, it's not like a GT where you can brake into the corner at the last minute.
Justin Slim Friesen says. When he drove as Hans he set a lap record. I'm pretty sure at least. Justin Slim Friesen says. And that was his first IRL laps on the Nords.
Yeah, big difference between both. Okay, well, the safe is still the safest.
Mike Wolf BLN says. I didn't realize Eden was trans.
Hey, Mike, long time no see. What have you been up to? Well, I actually had another one in here, and even though it was softer and everything, it just was too much. It was cracking me up. So
Mike Wolf BLN says. Had a friend over from France staying with me for the week.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I changed it quickly back to Windows TTS. See, how are they going so fast? You just flew right by me. Okay, well, I guess this is the best of a bad situation. I'm not going to be too happy about this, but let's go for it.
Mike Wolf BLN says, "Oh man, just got a curry from my local place and they must have changed owners. Tastes like nothing."
Sorry to hear that. I like curry stuff. Whether it be Chinese or Indian. Oh, 3 minutes. Eee. Ooh, there's not many. Why is my car not showing up? There we go. Okay, be right back. Oh, okay, 2 minutes. Let's try to deal with the TTS that is extremely loud. Okay, I can't do anything there. Can't do anything there. So I can't even adjust the volume of the text-to-speech in Windows. That's a pain. I mean, I could, but I'm gonna have to, send it through a channel in Banana. Okay, well, still have like 5 or 10 minutes before race starts. I'm not gonna be qualifying. I'd probably need to bring the game volume up and just lower master volume as well. I could do that. But I don't think that would work for the capture card. Oh man, there's no easy solution. A friend from France. Apparently the Eiffel Tower was burning last week or this week or whatever. Or over the weekend. Good time to get out of France, I guess. At this point, there's just too much going on in Europe in general. Except for racing.
Mike Wolf BLN says, "He's from Nice, not Paris."
Okay, well, I don't know where Nice is, but...
Mike Wolf BLN says. Didn't watch any news.
Really? So you don't know about the Lego scandal in the Americas? Man, that thing is going viral.
Mike Wolf BLN says. It's French Riviera. Mike Wolf BLN says. Oh yeah, brivks and minifigs.
Yeah, you everybody's heard of that. No, I didn't see any news, but yeah, everybody's aware of what's going on there. It's hilarious. Hopefully LMU doesn't get caught in some kind of scandal like that. Oh, I need to join the event. Dang it.
Mike Wolf BLN says. Been watching that. The main protagonist Reckless Ben is a bit annoying to watch, but he's got a good heart.
Well, man, it's like, what does one guy that has all his life savings stolen from him, he's sick and ill, what does he do to try to go up
Mike
against
Wolf BLN
big
says.
corporate America?
The CEO is a crook for sure.
And then you have the law enforcement, the police, instead of arresting those that stole the Legos, actually turn around and accuse the guy of stealing the Legos, trying to cover it up, redacting all the body cam footage.
Mike Wolf BLN says. I think that will be the end of that shop chain.
I hope so. I hope so. But it is a really big they are the US biggest distributor of Legos. But Lego, I kind of feel like Lego, the Swedish company headquarters, needs to get
Mike
into
Wolf
this.
BLN says. The cops will get fired. As it's criminal offense, the FBI will get involved.
Well, we will see. We will see. Because, you know,
Mike Wolf BLN says. Lego is Danish.
Really? I thought it was Swedish, but okay. But yeah, the main Lego should get involved because everybody's talking about Legos. It's bad publicity for the
Mike
main
Wolf
company.
BLN says. IKEA is Swedish.
Yeah, that I know. But yeah, if I was Lego, I would tell Figs and stuff to just pay them out. But if they do
Mike
that,
Wolf BLN says. Yeah, 100% Lego don't like it.
but they're staying out of it. And Bricks and Figs don't want to pay out because it would be admissible that, they've been lying all along and that's criminal what they've been doing. So they're going to stretch it out. And I wouldn't be surprised if the executives, the CEOs, will go to Mexico to avoid law enforcement if and when the FBI does get involved. I like his livery. I don't usually like BMW liveries, but this one's nice. Man, there's 21 hypercars in this race.
Mike Wolf BLN says, is the CEO from Utah. They are a part of the Mormon cult.
Yep. Well, it's not really a cult. Mormons is a recognized religion, and I don't blame the Mormons. I mean, even one of the church goers kind of tried to, you know, resolve this. And he was
Justin
also...
Slim Friesen says, so is Scientology. LOL.
Yeah, well, let's not get into that one. Ooh, this
Mike
guy...
Wolf BLN says, it's a cult, as is all religions.
Yeah, well, there's worse. Far worse. Where's that BMW again? No, that's not the one. That's not the one. That's the one.
Justin Slim Friesen says, that is true, Jeeps. There are levels for sure. Mike Wolf BLN says, my imaginary friend is better than yours. They are a bunch of clowns.
I really like his livery for the BMW. But yeah, it's
Mike
not...
Wolf BLN says, I'll stop before I offend someone XD.
Well, yes, because YouTube does have harsh policies against that kind of stuff.
Justin Slim Friesen says, so long as they are well intentioned, it's all good with me.
Well, that's the thing, you know, one of the Mormons was trying to, you know, have good intentions and just go and talk with the guy because he heard the recording. The guy swore to God that he was going to give back the Legos. And then he sent the cops after the Mormon. Guy say, okay, I'm not getting involved in this no more. I tried to do a good deed, but yeah, I don't want to get arrested for it because no good deed goes unpunished. But yeah, this really doesn't have anything to do with that. Other than the fact that maybe the company donated money to the community, and that's why the cops and everybody else is kind of trying to cover for them.
Mike Wolf BLN says, yeah, I seen that. TBH, I lived with Mormons in Australia 30 years ago. They weren't bad people.
No, like everybody, like every religion, like everything, there's a couple of bad apples making the entire gang look really bad. And I'll just stop at that. So no, it's just corporate America. Like, I wouldn't be surprised that, you know...
Mike Wolf BLN says, exactly.
I would... Ooh, you just spun out. Like, I wouldn't be surprised that, you know, they sold the Lego and they donated, like, you know, $200,000 to the church. The money's already gone. And it's back into the community, and the community's trying to protect them. Kind of a scandal. I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like that, you know. But it's still not legal what the cops did. It's still not legal what the CEOs and the company's been doing. And did you see that they also tried to remove his GoFundMe?
Justin Slim Friesen says, How about this? Ideologies are bad, and we should avoid it at all costs.
Well, I have an ideology that,
Mike Wolf BLN says. They all need to answer that for sure.
yeah, see, that's, but they asked GoFundMe to remove the GoFundMe page. And basically, the GoFundMe managed to get $200,000, so they were able to pay back the old man for his Lego set. And everything on top of that is going to go and help the main...
Mike Wolf BLN says. Yeah, they made up a pile of lies for sure.
Yeah. So the family got their money back. And it's kind of weird because Figs and Bricks and Bricks and Figs tried to have that removed. So it's like they didn't want the guy to get any money whatsoever for his Lego. And the CEO of Patreon kind of gave the middle finger to Bricks and Figs, saying, yeah, we got your court papers, but we're still keeping the page up. You can sue us. Because Patreon's an even bigger company than Bricks and Figs. But it's still a very...
Mike Wolf BLN says. That's not very neighborly of them.
Nope, it's not. So, it's a crazy story.
Mike Wolf BLN says. The hypocrisy is deafening.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes it so bad. Okay, folks. Oh. Oh, okay, I already have this. Oh no, dang it. Okay, basic, setups, save, load, close. Okay.
Mike Wolf BLN says. They can change the name to Bricks and Mini Dives.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what every YouTuber have put on now on the internet, so it really has wrecked the company. Not only that, but the company as a whole has removed all the comment sections on their websites of all the stores, local stores. The police station have removed all commentary off of their Facebook pages and stuff. I mean, they really screwed up, and the whole world knows it now. So, I will never go to Fort County, Utah. Lesson learned. Okay, there's a lot of cars in this race, so hopefully everything goes well. Ooh, that guy almost hit me.
Justin Slim Friesen says. That stuff happens everywhere all the time. This asshats just have to get exposed.
Yeah.
Like Wolf BLN says. American Fork sounds like a fictional town from a B-grade horror series.
Yeah, it does.
Mike Wolf BLN says. Sadly yet justing.
Yeah, I've been at the center of scandals, but back when stuff like this happened to me, YouTube wasn't around for me to expose it. And I still can't expose it because the government's involved. But they did the same thing to me and gave me a criminal rap sheet because of it. So it's not something I want to talk too much about on YouTube. But yeah, I took them to civil court, won my cases. But then the criminal accusations kind of threw off the civil courts and stuff like that, so... all related to 9/11. So that's why when I see stuff like that nowadays, I'm always happy because, you know, the little guy can make a difference. I tried to and it didn't work out. Most times than not, the little guy will get shafted. So it's still good to see that, you know, sometimes the little guy can win. Man, a lot of first-time hypercar drivers here. I am so scared. And already, you know, I don't feel super confident in the behavior of this car. I've been practicing a bit and I've been losing it all over the track. You guys can't see the chat, but everybody's cursing everybody else out. Everybody's driving like a nutcase and then blaming everybody else. That's all I can say. That's a BMW that I like delivered. My tires do not want to warm up. I've closed those blanking things to 75%. Whoa! See, I am so scared in this car on this track. I'm not racing in confidence here at all. I feel like this track needs even more downforce than Silverstone. Because it's all low speed corners with elevation differences. Sure, I would lose top speed here. I am so scared. I can't even brake. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to work on this car to find me a setup that suits me. Why is the brake bias and everything else changing now all of a sudden? Am I going to have to unmap stuff from my wheel again because everything's changing automatically? Like I didn't hit no buttons, no nothing. Seems like the TC and the brake bias completely changed. Yeah, I went to max front brake bias. Wow, that was sketchy. What's my TC at? 11? I can deal with max traction control. Max frontal braking is probably not a good thing. Is my AI changing stuff? Well, I said I couldn't brake and I keep losing it. See, I kind of really want to get used to this Ferrari, but I am so much more confident in the Peugeot. Like, I know the Ferrari can be a little bit faster than the Peugeot. But it's so sketchy on certain corners and on certain tracks. Or maybe I just need to run this car on tracks that it's comfortable on and pick other cars. Because I think I ran here with the Genesis and didn't have any issues with that car either. Every time I come around the corner here, that sign that's there, or that box, or whatever it is, I always think it's a car. Yeah, what? I'm catching up to GTs and then I'm not seeing any GTs. I love this track, but I am not currently enjoying myself here. And I wanted to get myself into a race. I tried the fixed setups. I tried the Coach Dave Academies. I've tried the setups that Slim sent me. And the safest one is the safest one, but it's only safe 50% of the time. You know, I wish I could just throw it into corners and have fun with it. Yeah, this car definitely needs more blanking. 100% front and rear, because the right side tires are not heating up at all. Oh, somebody's actually catching up to me. Is that the leader? A minute 32 kind of sounds like it. Yep, leader's already catching up to me. Dang, he just flew by me. In a Peugeot. Well, I guess the Peugeot's better on this track. I'm guessing even the wingless would be better here. Just because of the massive front tires it has. All that extra grip while turning. And again, no rear wing, so maybe you're spinning out all the time. Who knows these things? Yeah, I can't get no grip. You'd think that the brakes would be super hot with all the braking going on this track. Why am I not getting a blue flag from this guy? He's a lap down, but still faster. Man, I feel the car is slipping and sliding. Not by even giving it throttle or nothing, just turning the steering wheel into a corner under moderate, very light throttle, and it's slipping and sliding. I think the worst thing for a driver is not having confidence in his car. There's got to be a way to fix this car. I don't know what it's going to be, but like, I'd like the car to be slow but stick to the pavement so I can throw it in corners and have fun with it. Is that the second place guy catching up to me now? Can I use more battery? Seems like my battery is excessively high. You know, if I could have enough funds and just pay our new to make me a setup for this car on this track, it would be worth it. Oh, am I coming across my first GT? I'm not gonna make it before the Mustang. And I don't have the speed to overtake him. And he's got the braking power. See, nowhere in this lap was I comfortable passing this Mustang. Where are you going, dude? Dang it. You know, I don't mind being slow, but I like having fun with my car on the track, and I'm not enjoying this. Oh, camera's not even on and nobody told me. Dang you guys. Man, those Peugeots seems to be having fun on this track. Man, we're doing corner after corner after corner. Break after break. My tires are still at 60. Something very wrong with this car on this track.
Mike Wolf BLN says, LOL, just seen the Eiffel Tower thing. It's because Tejeras football team PSG won. They also trashed the city the game was held in.
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad when people start doing that.
Mike Wolf BLN says, my French friend hates that team.
Okay.
Mike Wolf BLN says, yeah, I'm not a fan of the football hooligan thing. Pointless thuggery emo.
Well, see, in the early 1990s, the Montreal Canadiens won the Stanley Cup, and everybody went on a rampage and destroyed downtown. And, you know, it wasn't our proudest moment. And everybody looks back on it, and everybody's ashamed of what happened there, you know. And 30 some years later, we see other countries going through that phase, but it seems so often in Paris and England.
Mike Wolf BLN says, for sure, never a good look no matter what sport.
Yeah. But it seems that it happens often in Paris and in the UK and
Justin Slim Friesen says, yeah, but our sports riots are a joke compared to Europe.
yeah, exactly.
LOL.
Whoa, that was lag. Man, that car just went straight from one side to the other. What the fuck are you doing there, dude?
Mike Wolf BLN says, yeah, the football hooligans are nuts. Justin Slim Friesen says. Impressively so, TBH.
Yeah, I need to use a lot more of my battery. I'm gonna have to stop for fuel, and I don't need that much. Dang it. Ooh! One veered off there.
Mike Wolf BLN says. Last week we had the German League final in Berlin and was a bun of rowdy Stuttgart fans. I was out getting a haircut just as the match finished and seen Roy Police break up a big fight. Justin Slim Friesen says. Like. How can you wrap that much of your life around a team? Blows my mind. Mike Wolf BLN says. Yep.
Says the guy who's a fan of the Rough Riders, just like I used to be a fan of the Montreal Canadiens. Hockey is big in Montreal, dude. And since I have an Italian name and not a French-Canadian name, trying to prove that I belong in Quebec was part of growing up. And trying to fit in.
Justin Slim Friesen says. A fan is one thing. An obsessive moron is another.
True that.
LOL.
True that. That I agree.
Mike Wolf BLN says. You can be into something without being obsessed though. Mike Wolf BLN says. But yet it's a lot of lost young men looking to a part PF something. Mike Wolf BLN says. Be a part of.
These guys are fighting. Dang, he almost killed me.
Justin Slim Friesen says. True. I was a huge hockey fan in my younger days. But around 20 years ago now, I just realized no matter how my team did, I still have to go to work and feed myself. Justin Slim Friesen says. So why am I so concerned with how the Leafs are doing? LOL.
Well, that's because you got behind the wrong team, buddy. But yeah, ever since Patrick Roy was exchanged to the Avalanche, which used to be the old Nordiques, the Montreal team has been in reconstruction and reorganization, but next year is going to be our year. And yeah, so like you 30 some years ago, I just whatever.
Justin Slim Friesen says. Man. I remember watching that happen on the bench. Massive in Canada.
Yeah. That was news. And then the Avalanche went on to win 2 consecutive Stanley Cups. And 10 years later, Montreal was like, yeah, no, this year's going to be our year. We've reorganized, restructured. And even this year, like, you know, a week or two ago, I was watching the division playoffs and stuff. And, man, there's like no stars. We have no big athlete. We have no Mario Lemieux. We have no Wayne Gretzky. We have no Patrick Roy.
Justin Slim Friesen says. Turns out the price was wrong, LOL.
Yeah. Price, yeah, was... Well, see, that's the thing. We don't have any stars.
Justin Slim Friesen says. Carey Price deserved a cup IMHO.
Yep. Well, he had a lot of pressure, you know. He was good, he had a lot of pressure, did the best that he could. But, you know, if we had Sidney Crosby on our team back then things might have been different. We had no Guy Lafleur, no Wayne Gretzky, no nothing. We haven't had anybody in a very long time. Am I gonna have to stop to the pits? Oh, they're gonna hit each other. Whoa, he was trying to clip me there.
Justin Slim Friesen says. About time that guy went. Justin Slim Friesen says. Sheesh.
Well, the Porsche was lagging. It was cutting me off. It's like, okay, he's giving me room to go for it, and then at the last minute cutting it off. I think that was lag, though. They're all driving recklessly. I'm using a little bit too much of my battery now. I'm gonna have to come into the pits soon.
Puki2488 says. Hey.
Dang it. I missed my pit entry. I'm not gonna have enough fuel to go around. Dang, folks. Nobody told me to box. Ah, man, all this hard work for nothing. Oh, man.
Puki2488 says. Lipped into corners.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna make it.
Puki2488 says. You have 3,3 laps.
Well, that just wrecked my race.
Puki2488 says. NRG is combined with electricity.
Ah, that just wrecked my top 10 spots. Okay, whatever.
Puki2488 says. I like the antique voice better.
my tires are super cold. Oh, what a fudge up. Okay, now I'm back. I'm just gonna get myself disqualified here.
Justin Slim Friesen says, LOL.
Oh, not funny. Put in a
Justin
lot of
Slim
hard
Friesen
work for
says,
this race.
I don't really blame you.
Usually it shows like 2 laps in a row. And it just showed me one and already...
Justin Slim Friesen says, it's hilarious.
No, it's not. I'm about to rage quit. Oh, he just hit me. Dang, I got some damage.
Justin Slim Friesen says, LOL. I've been there myself. More times than I care to admit.
He just whacked me on the way there. A 100 seconds, really? Whoa, I just lost a bunch of positions there.
Justin Slim Friesen says, I thought you knew it was 100s. I've told you many times.
Well, I haven't done these a bunch. I think I've had like 3 stop and goes in my career. So 2 months apart is plenty time for my Alzheimer's to kick in and forget how long it is. I'm gonna have to try to go around the track with that damage. Man, I had a perfectly safe race and he just runs into me.
Justin Slim Friesen says. At least you had enough fuel to get around. That would have ended your race if you didn't.
Well, with the damage I've got, I might not be able to finish. Already that this car is super hard to drive. Alright, that's it.